2010s was a great decade. I often find myself reminiscing about the good old days, back when the internet was fun, video games were actually good, and music was at its all-time peak. I've played a lot of video games growing up. It was a good source for escapism. Who needs to deal with reality and its consequences when you can kick back and play Minecraft? That fucking Among Us, dude. There's one game that always comes to mind whenever I think about the 2010s. One night I decided to boot up that old gem and I was surprised to see that it still has an active player base. The game in question is Brink.
Really, nigga?
Do you all remember Brink? In 2011, Splash Damage and Bethesda dropped Brink. It was pretty damn awful, to say the very least.
Are you still fucking alive, mate? I feel like I'm playing a fucking mobile game. Mother... Oh. I'll be honest with you, I am. I'm not having fun at all.
The game sucked, the story was forgettable, the multiplayer was mid, and the PC port is goddamn awful.
Oh my god, bro. I'm getting to almost like 300 FPS in this game. Like, this is clearly not 300 FPS.
The game was basically dead on arrival. Shout out to the 18 people who are still playing it. Now, you might be wondering, why are we beating a dead horse 12 years later? And you'd be right to think that as well. Despite how rubbish Brink was, it laid down the foundations that Dirty Bomb was built upon. That's right, we are talking about that Dirty Bomb.
Welcome to Dirty Bomb, a fast-paced, free-to-play movement shooter that takes place in London. I usually talk smack about the Brits, but I'll cut them some slack just this once. There's two main game modes, Objective and Stopwatch. They're practically the same. Depending on the map, there's different objectives. In short, you're split off into two teams, offense and defense. On maps like Underground, the offensive team is tasked with planting C4s at designated locations. You'll plant the first C4 at the fan controls, and once it detonates, you'll plant the last C4 at pump controls. This is a two-phase operation. While on the defending team, you are tasked with delaying the offensive team's assault. You'll have to defuse any bombs planted at your location and eliminate the attackers as much as you can to delay their progress. There's another variation where on maps like Chapel, the defending team is tasked with repairing and escorting the EV from point A to point B. Once phase 1 is complete, you are then tasked with delivering EMP charges to the PCO building, while the defending team is tasked with destroying the EV and delaying your progress. Now, each map has their own variation, but it all boils down to attackers assault and destroy objectives, while defenders delay and protect objectives. It's a very simple premise, but things get a little more complicated when it comes to the mercenaries.
Remember, it's a class-based shooter, so every merc has a dedicated role on the field, and the classes are split up into 5 branches: Medic, Engineer, Fire Support, Assault, and Recon. Medics play support by providing aid and resurrecting down teammates. Engineers have specialized toolkits like sentries and proxy mines to lock down areas with traps, and they also have a faster repair time. Fire support play a mixed role by having specialized kits to dish out ammo while also being able to deal pretty good damage. Assaults are your slow-moving heavy class, and Recon for gathering information and picking out targets from a distance. If you want to secure victory, you have to play your role to a T. Not every mercenary is designed to run into the field and instantly get picked.
That's why it's important to consider your loadout. Dirty Bomb features loadout cards. These cards are used to craft your mercenaries' loadouts and perks. You can acquire them by using your in-game currency to buy and unbox loadout cases, or you could just buy the card straight from the store. And no, there's no real money involved. It's just in-game currency that you get from playing the game. Just pray to God you get the exact card with the exact weapon and the exact perk, because you'll be re-rolling forever. If you want to guarantee a good loadout with your specific preferences, you can use your fragments to craft loadout cards. It'll cost you both credits and fragments to craft the card. And if you want a specific weapon, it'll cost you extra credits. This kind of blows. Now that you're strapped and loaded, it's time to talk about the movement system. It's simple. Whenever you're brushed against a surface, you can bounce off it. You can only do this twice per jump. There's also long jumps. You can perform this by tapping your crouch button right before you jump. If you combine the two, you'll be zooming through the map in no time. The best players will be able to outmaneuver you and take you out in the blink of an eye. Everything aside from the loadout system is fun, well crafted, and addicting. Sadly, despite everything, it wasn't enough to hold players' interest. As time inevitably moves forward, newer, bigger, and better games have been released.
Oh, he looks like a cock, bro.
What?
That kid looks like a cock, dude.
There will be a day when the servers go down, or when the community altogether dies out, and until that day, I'll be fragging in pubs every now and then. Aloha, post-commentary snub here, and sorry for the late video. That animation took a lot longer to edit than I expected. I just wanted to let you know that this Friday, I'll be doing my first live stream on Twitch. We'll be playing Dirty Bomb, hanging out with the boys, and all around just shooting the shits. Feel free to drop in at any time and say aloha. And don't worry, in case you missed the stream or I go missing, I have a second channel where I'll be posting bonus content on my free time. I've had a blast playing Dirty Bomb, and I'm really happy to see that there's still a strong community behind the game after all these years. Special thanks to Splash Damage for creating a masterpiece. Mwah. And a big thank you to the dedicated community that continues to fan the flames. I've been Snubby, and until next time, take care of yourself.
Yeah, and I know that we